What's up, everybody? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, I had a few people requested me to do this video. And I thought, why not do this video? Talk about what makes Sylvester Stallone's movie so good. Because there's pretty much a little bit too much fans of Sylvester Stallone. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of fans, right? Because he had made a bunch of big hits, and he's just one of the biggest action movie stars. And so yeah, and he's done one movie that he wrote, but he didn't star in, that he didn't play in, but he wrote the script, and I guess that's why this movie turned out to be really good. And Jason Statham played in it. He's like the main character in this film that Sylvester Stallone wrote. So yeah, Homefront. So Sylvester Stallone, he's a great writer and director. He's just amazing at storytelling and a lot of action set pieces. And Sylvester Stallone managed to do that in this film when he wrote the script and all that stuff. And Jason Statham was perfect in this film also, of course. But yeah, Homefront is a damn good movie that Sylvester Stallone wrote. He didn't play in it, but he wrote it. But Jason Statham is the main character in this film. So yeah, and this film has a great story. I highly recommend Homefront. So yeah, now let's talk about what makes Sylvester Stallone movie so good. Now, he most of the time he concentrates mostly on story and then action. Now let's start off by talking about the Rocky franchise. Now, this franchise ain't just an ordinary boxing franchise. It has good stories. And Creed 2 was a huge surprise to me, even though the trailers sold me, because the trailers were really good. I still didn't expect it to be as good on par with the classic Rocky films, and that's what Creed 2 managed to do, in my opinion. Creed 2 had a great story. He has a great story, and that's what you expect from the Rocky franchise in general. Is great story and great boxing scenes. You got some really great boxing scenes, and I do like the six pack of Rocky movies right here, and of course Creed is a Rocky film, but that's just called Creed. It's a story about Creed, but Rocky Balboa still trains him, of course. And the Rocky franchise is so good. Like, they do something different each time. And the reason why Rocky 5, a lot of people didn't like that film, because there was a street fight at the end and all this stuff. They try to do something different with Rocky. And I respect that, because Rocky 5, it was different, right? And you still got some emotional scenes, you got some dark scenes in you actually got some dark scenes in Rocky 5. You know what I'm talking about. Like, it leads off immediately after Rocky 4, and Rocky starts getting brain damage and stuff. It's a great story, and I enjoy Rocky 5. A lot of people don't, but I can understand. But I enjoy Rocky 5. Sometimes it's hard to choose which one my least favorite, because the Rocky films are great movies. All of them are great movies. Even the worst one are great movies. And stuff like that. So yeah, now let's talk about the Expendables franchise, which is, I don't know when they're going to make the Expendables 4. The reason I didn't add the Expendables 4 as my most anticipated movies of 2020 is because I don't think it's coming out around that time. I think it'll be coming out around 2021, because they hadn't started filming the film yet, so it's probably going to come out around 2021 or 2022, between those lines. But yeah, the Expendables franchise is great. But it's like, this is the franchise that they didn't concentrate that much on story. They just concentrate on action. Action, action, action. That's what this franchise did. And that's what a lot of fans come to see this franchise. And this franchise has gotten bigger through time, because there's more fans that like this franchise now and stuff. So yeah, the Expendables 1, 2, and 3, great films. Next, we have the Rambo franchise, which is, I don't know when I'm gonna I think that, Rambo 5, Rambo Last Blood comes out on DVD around December or something like that. But I don't know when I'm going to buy it. But yeah, so I enjoy the Rambo films. I enjoy all of them. I hadn't seen Rambo 5 yet. I'm dying to see it, because I'm a huge Stallone fan in general. Like, I'm a diehard Sylvester Stallone fan. I'm like a huge fan. Like, if they brought him in to play in the Fast and Furious film, I'll be like, holy shit. You know, that'd be amazing. But Sylvester Stallone, he's one of the biggest action stars of all time. And and he proves that in a lot of his movies. So yeah, he's one of them few classic action stars that still puts movies in the theaters. Yes, he's done some straight to DVD movies, but he still puts movies in theaters. He still puts a lot of his movies in theaters. And the Rambo franchise, that's still going to theaters. And remember, I've got to see it. Now, the movies that went straight to DVD are Escape Plan 2 and 3, which is, I still enjoy those films. Like, I would have saw these in theaters, how good they was. But this would have been neat to see in the theaters. But yeah, I enjoyed the Escape Plan films. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one. And I enjoyed the third one. I enjoy all the Escape Plan movies. Sylvester Stallone is just a great actor. And his movies are just amazing. Then Backtrace. This film, this is another film that went straight to DVD of Sylvester Stallone, but I could never understood the hate of this film. I enjoyed the film quite a bit. Backtrace is a damn good movie. Then Over the Top, love this film. Love it. Then Cobra and Tango and Cash, love those movies. The Bullet Through the Head, I could never understood the hate of this film, but I enjoyed it. The fight scenes are great. The action is great in general in this film. Love this movie. Then you have The Specialist, which is pretty good movie. Demolition Man, pretty good movie, and stuff like that. So yeah. Then we have Grudge Match. It's like, these are the two movies that I didn't pretty much. These are the only two movies I didn't like of Sylvester Stallone. Too good. I'm not a fan of Assassins. A lot of people might like it, but I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of this movie, Assassins. And I'm really not a fan of this movie. Like, this movie, like, I would rewatch Assassins any day than watch this film. Like, this movie is hot garbage, Grudge Matches, but I'm still not a fan of Assassins though. Like, it's a 2 hour something, maybe almost 3 hours, I think it is, and the running time just feels too long in this film. So yeah, it's like only two of his movies I didn't care for that much, but the rest I love. So what makes Sylvester Stallone's movies so good? The action, the acting, and the stories that he tells. Some of them, they concentrate mostly on action. Yes, they do, some of them. But most of his movies, he concentrates on story first, and then the action. That's what makes Sylvester Stallone's movies so good. And then Sylvester Stallone is a perfect actor. Perfect. Like, he's like 73. He's still killing it at what he does. He's still killing it at what he does. And Sylvester Stallone, he's a great athlete. He's just amazing. Like, how can you not be a fan of Sylvester Stallone? It's like all of his movies. He's one of them people that you'll just want to watch it just because he's in it. He really is. And yeah, so yeah, that's why Sylvester Stallone's movies are so good. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know when the videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.